Every team has questions going into the 2023 NFL Draft, and the Carolina Panthers are no exception. Yes, I think we're all asking the same question. Who are they going to draft, or which quarterback should the Carolina Panthers draft with the first overall pick in the 2023 NFL Draft? Now, obviously, there's three guys I think of off the top of my head, and I might get a little bit of flack for choosing some of these guys, but overall, I think that these three are the most likely scenarios. The fourth guy that we'll mention in a little bit is definitely a guy that I think. I mean, it could. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen, but by the way, I've been watching that show. I can't stop watching it. It's gonna be fun. This is gonna be a fun draft. Let's be real about it. So it starts with C.J. Stroud. I think he's the number one logical choice here. Over 40 touchdown passes over the last 2 years at Ohio State. You really like everything about this guy. Like, honestly, just top to bottom, he's built solid. Just all of his throws. I mean, you talk about the cons. Drops passes in the bucket. Like, it just looks flawless. His arm strength is fantastic. Stands in, delivers, and throws. He looks like an astronaut in the pocket. Timing, anticipation. I mean, every single time his receivers were making an outbreak on some of those tapes I watched, it looked like he was just throwing with exactly on time, and you absolutely love it. And he just looks like an absolutely natural passer, absolutely fluid. You love it. Now, some of the questions is, dual threat. Like, I just questioned his escapability. Is he going to be that guy that, if things crumble in the pocket, can he find a way to be able to, improvise, make things happen? And I don't think he struggled with that in any capacity at Ohio State. I just question how he's going to do that in the NFL, because yes, everybody runs 4.4s. It's a completely different level. So I do question that with him. And leadership, really, I think for all four of these guys, you wonder how all four of them are going to be a leader in the NFL. But with C.J. Stroud, again, I don't think it's a problem with him as a leader. I just question with every one of these guys how they're going to be able to lead in any capacity. So we're just going to have to see that. But I think C.J. Stroud is the number one pick here that you have to definitely go with. The second guy, Bryce Young, he's that dude. Over the last couple of years, with Alabama, has done some big time stuff. 47 touchdown passes in his sophomore year, then 32 his senior year here. So honestly, he is everything that you want in a franchise quarterback as well. You love his leadership. Like, he just looks calm on the football field. Like, it's so hard to coach that, and it's so fun to watch. Now, he's also a great improviser. You'll see him escape out of the pocket and get on the run, and he honestly just makes defenses pay when he's going off script, and it's just a lot of fun. It's like Aaron Rodgers. At that point when you see him get outside of the pocket, you're just like, crap. Now what do we do? And he's just a lot of fun to watch. Also played in a pro-style offense, You really like him being around those concepts, that coaching, and so I think it will definitely be able to translate. And you also really like his pocket awareness, just in terms of being aware of what's going on around him and being able to play off of that. Now, obviously, yes, the biggest concerns with Bryce Young thus far have been his size. I think he weighed in, everybody's talking about it, he weighed in at like 204 pounds. According to NFLDraft.com, literally a quarterback hasn't been drafted in like the top 10. Weighing less than 207. So yes, size is a thing. Also arm strength, like he has arm strength. Not that's not a problem, but there's some throws you look at, you're like he clearly, I don't think he has the strongest arm in this class, but he's got enough arm strength to get the job done. He's literally compared to Drew Brees by NFL.com for a reason. Like, he doesn't have the strongest arm, but he's got enough to get it done, and you love his accuracy. Durability also, you do have to question it with that size, with that frame going into the NFL, taking some of the hits from it's like literally taking a hit from a Buffalo. You do question. And then also I question to a degree his ceiling. Like, when you get into the later parts of his career, how good can he be, especially with that arm strength limitation. So you do question it. I do think that, now listen, I think Drew Brees is definitely a really good comparison. I think he could potentially win Super Bowls in the NFL. He could be that guy, but again, I do question a lot of it moving forward, because clearly he's not the most talented athlete in this draft, but he's still a very, very good quarterback prospect, and I think he's going to be a future franchise quarterback for a lucky NFL team, especially in the top 5. Now, this last guy, Anthony Richardson, he is the most polarizing good dude we've seen in a while. Like, I would say since Cam Newton, or maybe a little bit sooner than that. But overall, Cam Newton Anthony Richardson, that's literally who he gets compared to on NFLDraft.com. Like, you just love how much of an athlete he is, through 17 touchdown passes and 9 interceptions, over 2,500 passing yards in his sophomore year there at Florida. So it's not like he's like breaking, he's not breaking all of the records, but even running the ball, I think he had double-digit rushing touchdowns. in every sense of the word, he's just an athlete. What was it, a 4.4 run at the combine over a 40-inch vertical? Like, he's just polarizing. Like, he's an athlete. When NFL defenses are going to go against him, like, he will be a guy that they keep their eye on, and he will make people nervous. Arm strength for days. There's a reason this man hit the ceiling at his pro day with a throw. This dude is an absolute stud in every facet of the word. Also, you really like his moxie. You really like his confidence. Really, anytime you end your pro day with a backflip, definitely shows that you have some confidence, and you love to see it. Now, what are the cons? Well, you do question his inaccuracy at times. You look at, we'll get into a little bit more in the jack and box throws, what that means in a second. But overall, inaccuracy, you'll see it. He'll lead receivers a little bit too much. Some of those finer throws, he needs to really develop his touch. And I think that's, it's a coaching thing, absolutely. But overall, it's definitely something that needs to get improved. But I think it can with coaching. Decision making, that's one of those things that goes back to smarts. And not relying too much on athleticism in the NFL. Relying on too much arm strength, relying on too much athleticism. Like, how can he make the best possible decision with every single snap for an NFL franchise? Jack in the box throws, what I refer to with that is, literally, if you look at his freshman year, his first, between two throws, one was a touchdown, one was a pick. You really don't know what's going to come out with this guy. It's a 50-50 ball. Like I said, he's got tremendous arm strength, so it's going to be in the general vicinity of the receivers and all that. But again, you really do need to work on a lot of the intangibles. And again, that's all coachable. And if he gets the right coach, watch out. Like, he's just going to be a lot of fun. And then, yes, footwork, as you'll see a lot of those, and everybody that I see talking about him that watches him, they all talk about how he really needs to set his feet more and really work more on his footwork. So, again, all those things are coachable for a guy like Anthony Richardson, and you're really excited about him, and really it's going to be really cool to see what he does in the NFL, especially with the right coaching. Now, I also wanted to mention Will Levis, but I feel like Will Levis has taken more and more of a slide. I don't think he's going to go number one, but Will Levis, you really like how tall he is, you like the arm strength, all that kind of a thing. The cons, again, it's kind of similar to, Bryce Young and Anthony Richardson. So, yes, you do question, on his own respect, you kind of question, playing at a smaller school, how's it going to translate into the NFL? He needs coaching. That's just the harsh reality of it. All these guys need coaching. But honestly, between those four guys, I would more go along the lines with C.J. Stroud and Anthony Richardson, because both of those guys, you really don't question their arm strength. You really don't question, them as leaders more per se, I would say. But I think overall, you would really think that, between those two guys, those are two of the obvious choices. Now, you could go Bryce Young as well, but overall, with the way that these two guys, C.J. Stroud and Anthony Richardson, have played, it's fantastic. Bryce Young, I would say, is probably going to be a Texan, but hey, anything happens. It's the draft. It's going to be a lot of fun. But let us know what you guys think about which quarterback the Carolina Panthers should draft. And with the first overall pick. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten. And to continue to get, you guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. In the description down below, you'll find all of our social media platforms. So give us a like and a follow there. Also, remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know in the comment section about which quarterback you think the Carolina Panthers should select with the first overall pick.